So when I was a young German boy, I used to play a video game loosely based on a South Park episode. The year 2008, the game World of Warcraft, which became extremely popular during this time. The game design allowed you to do an endless amount of things, like unlocking new career options, obtaining new skills,
Congratulations, you gained neck pain.
And finding new friends. Basically just a better version of real life. The game's principle is simple. After you mindlessly grind your 9 to 5, you jump into a digital world where you can be wherever the fuck you want, living out your wildest fantasies. Work together with your companions to achieve justice and prosperity, be an infamous rogue and redefine rules, or enlighten the world with your benevolent character. But most people for whatever reason decide to grind digital resources, playing the game like it's a 9 to 5 after their real 9 to 5. Look man, these kind of games have their own grindy ecosystems. If you can grind, you can sell, and if you can sell, you have a market. And if you have a market, you have demand and supply. And according to demand and supply, if there is a lot of sellers, aka competition, prices are starting to drop. So in a game with millions of players, and therefore millions of sellers, prices for digital shit are obviously starting to drop. You get that? Good. Which means, for the same amount of time spent in grinding, there's now lesser profit to make. And how did the community react? They got pissed and blamed China. There was a prominent belief that players from China have overtaken the server and grind their ass off to price dump every digital crap they could get their hands on. Any evidence for that? Ah, solid. But how do you spot a China farmer? Well, according to the World of Warcraft community, they're constantly online and bad at the game. Ah, so being unemployed and playing like you have slowly progressing paralysis? Now makes you Chinese. That description fits to 99% of all players, in every fucking game. So if something common becomes a sign of being a bad outsider, then paranoia and wild accusations become a daily occurrence. You fat-fingered and wiped your group?
You go over to China.
You didn't wash your ass for 5 months to become the biggest chat in the game?
China.
Your mic sounds like a toaster? Must be Xi Jinping personally. So everybody accused everyone, especially when there was personal gains awaiting. Yeah, what a pleasant gaming experience.
You working for China?
The massive spike in player counts did not only create economic dynamics the average player's brain couldn't comprehend, it created also technical issues. You logged in after work, you better call in sick for a couple of weeks. You can imagine in this situation it wasn't really helpful. It didn't take long until the first borderline fascist groups were formed, who created narratives about invasive new players and the pure holy OGs, which peaked in harassment of new players. Luckily it wasn't long until the company running the game catched on and banned most of these online Nazis. Years passed and thanks to the advancement of technology, the problem with servers being overcrowded was solved, the Red China scare slowly disappeared, and now the World of Warcraft economy is run by bots, which for the community for some reason is more acceptable than China running the World of Warcraft economy.